Welcome back to The Walking Dead, Saints and Sinners, Chapter 2, Retribution. In this video, we're going to be talking about the Recurve bow. That's right, it's now in the game and unlockable. But before we get to that, take a minute to click the S in the corner to subscribe. Heading for 25,000 subscribers, I'd love to have you on the team. Also like, share, leave a comment, let me know what you think of the video, or the game, or the Recurve bow. Let's get into it. Now, a recent hot fix has enabled the Recurve bow as a reward for the Exile Trade Network at Hotel Eclair. As you can see, the bow has a sight based on the position of this arrow shelf. This bow is intended to be held in your right hand, but in game it doesn't really matter because the arrow's never going to fall off that shelf. Me personally, I shoot with the bow in my left hand, so I'm going to go with that. I don't generally aim down sights on the bow in Saints and Sinners. I do more of a hip shot, kind of instinct firing. But if you do find that you're having trouble aiming the bow, either the compound or the new Recurve, you can fit a laser sight to the bow. Let me just get these arrows back because they do collide when you have a target full of arrows. Now, the current caveat with the laser sight, as you can see, it's a bit high and to the left of where your arrow sits on the shelf, and that actually translates to where it's going to hit. So if I aim in the center of the target, we're actually going to hit low and to the right. They may update that, but for now, if you're using the laser sight, do a little compensating. Not sure what happened with that arrow, kind of disappeared. But bows do have a heavy aim assist to the head, so once you're used to it, the bow is one of the best weapons in the game. Now, how do you unlock the bow? Well, I have a video on the Exile Trade Network, and I have another video on the foothold camps that you unlock with the Exile Trade Network. So you need to unlock the foothold camp at Hotel Eclair, and that camp will have Recurve bows available now, as well as arrows. Flareos, explosive arrows, noisemakers, and regular arrows. Now, to unlock the foothold camp through the Exile Trade Network, you need to complete 3 trades at Hotel Eclair. The first trade is for a worn double-barrel shotgun, and you can get some of those at Bourbon Street, the Maison de Bourbon, and you can probably find them as random loot drops on the Tower map and Rampart map. That's where you generally find weapon drops. You're going to need 2 of them. You need one for that first trade, and you need one for the third trade. Now, for the second trade, you need a worn Nova shotgun. You can find one of those outside the church on a table just to the right, and you can find one in the secret room in Memorial Lane. But you'll have to find the key to that room at Rampart, go and unlock the bookcase, and get the Nova from in there. Now, these guns are worn, you cannot craft them, you have to find them. And if you find them, don't use them because they have low condition and they will break, and then you can't use them for a trade. So, as you're going through the game, look for and keep 2 worn double-barrel shotguns and 2 worn Nova shotguns. So you have 1 worn double-barrel for the first trade, you have 1 worn Nova for the second trade, and then for the third trade, you need a worn double barrel, a worn Nova, and 3 worn sawed-off shotguns. So the worn sawed-off shotguns you can actually craft. They're the third unlock on one of the new tables, and I believe one of the dissidents leaves you some of them in the Bourbon Street mission early in the game. So those aren't too hard to get. You need 3 of the worn sawed-off, but you really need to keep an eye out for the worn double barrel. You'll need 2 of those, and 2 worn Novas. Once you've completed the 3 trades at Hotel Eclair, you go back another night. Might have to be after you've completed the story, but then you will find the Exile Foothold Camp and you'll be able to get the Recurve bow. If you know other locations or come across other locations for worn double barrels or worn Novas, leave them in the comments. I'm sure players would appreciate having some options there. But that's it. We finally got the Recurve. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you next time.